Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Mufc Realist TV. I'm your host, Mick Ruby. I'm actually joining by Zoom call because I'm traveling at the moment, and there's some big news that's been talked about over the past week is that Manchester United is getting sold, and one of the potential buyers might be Dubai Investment Corporation or the Sovereign Fund of Dubai. Joining me here in this Zoom call is the privilege to speak to a long-time United fan and also as somebody that lives in Dubai for a very, very long time, Mr. Zaid Khan. How are you, mate? All good for you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah,
All
I'm
good, man.
fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, welcome. Yeah, no, it's a pleasure because obviously, like, we've been talking in some few spaces. There's been some,
Yeah,
shame and blame games, like, people trying to point, like, the human rights issues on Dubai. So basically, this episode is podcast is for us to put our two minds together that has experience in living in Dubai in what it is,
yeah,
what potentially could be, positive or, how Dubai can transform Manchester United to be the best club ever, but also like to debunk that human rights issues, what people are talking about, and what where does it come from, where does it organize, and just like let's put it to bed, like So I'll pass the karaoke mic over to you, Zaid. Tell me a little bit about yourself, what you're currently doing, and your Manchester United experience, like how long you've been a United supporter.
sure, man. Thank you. So I'm a realtor in Dubai. I have my own real estate agency, and I've been here for a very long time. My family moved to UAE 30 years ago when there was nothing over here.
Mm.
So it was just dust, and there was some like it. I cannot even recall it what Dubai was back then. It's a
It was a
totally
fisherman's
different.
village.
Yes, it was a fisherman's village to say it. Yeah. So my journey has been as a Manchester United fan. It started with my family, from my uncle who has been a Manchester United fan, and because of him, I was introduced to this club, and I started following the club from 2003 since I was a little kid. So I've been a very long Manchester United fan, and this is like one of the most important things in my life. It's like sports, and Manchester United is my I have no words to describe what this club means to me, and so
Family.
we are right now in a yeah. It is like a family. Yes,
Mm.
it is a part of me. It is something that has been following for years, and I'm so passionate about our club and everything surrounding it. So as you know that since the takeover news came out, the whole fan base is excited, and there is numerous discussions on who could be our potential next buyer, and there have been many names, and Dubai was one of them. Which, when I came to know, I was very very happy, and I cannot be. And if it happens, if it comes true, then we are in for something that is gonna be like it's gonna change
Extraordinary.
everything. This yeah, it's
Mm.
gonna be. I'm like losing words because of my excitement.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, but
it's it's totally very positive.
mm. Have you heard anything from, ears on the ground right there? Has there been any buzz, any rumors, speculations on the street, or is there any reason why it hasn't been anything?
Honestly, there has been nothing coming from here unless and until it will be confirmed. If if like the takeover happens, then the it will be official from the government of Dubai itself, and you can hear it from the press, from the media. But right now, until it's not official, they're not allowed, because here you don't post speculations. You only confirm the things
Mm.
that has been happened. So the media, that's how it works over here. They don't work based on rumors. They only give the public like what is confirmed.
Straight facts,
So
yeah.
yeah, straight facts, to be honest. Yes.
Mm. Excellent. No, no, because I've been hearing, from my network as well, since I lived there. I've been, consulting, I've been advising the royal groups of families, high levels and CEOs and stuff like that. So I've been getting the indication that there's been a bid over 5 billion, 6 billion plus plus plus. But that's where the buck stops, right? Because I know myself that
Yeah.
Dubai itself as a emirate, which is, by the way, it's not part of Abu Dhabi like everyone thinks. Like, maybe we should
Yeah.
start with the
Exactly.
basics, like basic education, like you know. So
Sure, man.
Yeah. So tell us a
Yes.
little bit about, I know the story, but the audience don't know the story. So tell us a little bit how it all started.
So, as you know, UAE was this country was found like 51 years ago. That's when it was formed as UAE. So the father of nation was Sheikh Zayed Al Nahyan, who was the ruler of Abu Dhabi, and he's the one who brought all these seven emirates together to form a country. So when I speak about seven emirates, it means seven kingdoms. So all these portions, like these parts of land, were a separate kingdom. Like Abu Dhabi is different than Dubai. I know a lot of people in UK, when I speak to a lot of fans, they all think it's the same, but it's actually not. The whole
Mm,
Middle East is different regions. Like for Saudi Arabia, it's a whole one. It's not separate. They have the whole rulership over the whole country. But in Dubai, it's not the same thing. What happens in Dubai is there are seven emirates and there are seven rulers. So all these seven cities and seven emirates that I'm talking about have their own rules, their own rulers, and their own government. And
mm.
then all together is because Abu Dhabi is the most strong one. So Abu Dhabi is the one who has the most this thing on them. They
They're
have
the
the
ones with the
effect, like
oil.
they're the more, yeah,
They're the
they're the
ones
one
with the
with the
oil.
most oil. So let's just talk about Dubai to begin with, because the whole story of Dubai changed when they discovered oil. And unfortunately, Dubai didn't have much oil, and what they, like when they discovered oil, it was a change. It was the beginning for them, because
Mm,
what they did is, with that money what they got from the oil, they used that money to invest in their own city. And that is the result. You can see Dubai, it has shifted from like nothing. It was like a desert wasteland, and from that they've transferred this city to one of the most ambitious and luxurious cities around the world, and it
yeah.
has become very attractive among a lot of people. And you can see that they have done impossible things, such as making Palm Jumeirah the world island. I don't know if many people know about the world island. These are 300 islands which are on the shape of the world
Mm.
map on the Gulf, on the Arabian Gulf. And then they've got the seven-star hotel Burj Al Arab,
Burj Al
which was
Arab,
the
yeah.
first thing that they did. Yeah, and then the downtown Dubai, Burj Khalifa, the tallest
Mm,
tower in the world. So this has been a result of a vision which Dubai has been known for a very long time, and their rulers are very visionary, because what they dream of, they're like they've done this in the city. If they can transform the city from nothing to this, imagine what they can do for our club.
yeah.
Because these are the people, they are not short of money. They're not coming here for like revenue or for commercial appeal, which that's how Glazers were using us against for the last 17 years. Because when
Mm,
Glazer came into this football club, they didn't see our club as a football. They saw our club as a business which would be beneficial for them. So
interesting.
this is where we need owners who are visionary, who are passionate. And this is where, when I heard Dubai, it really excited me, because I know these people. They have a
Mm,
very simple goal, which is to be number one or nothing.
yeah.
If they want Manchester United, if they're serious about it, they would come and they would buy it. They're
They
not gonna
will.
be like thinking about it. They're
Mm.
not gonna be thinking about it.
But they will
And
buy
if
it
they
for the
do,
right reasons, though. They will buy it for the right
yes,
reasons. And they
exactly.
will not, ask anything in return on investment. The only return on investment is publicity, what they're asking for
Yes,
in a certain way.
yeah.
And to
I,
summarize,
and
to, to summarize that to put it in football in terms, to take that in parallel, like how they have a vision, they had a plan, and they took that plan and they stuck to the plan, and they developed, like, so from being a fisherman's village from desert to what you see in this metropolitan futuristic city where 80% of actually the population is actually Western expats, consisting of multicultural, like Indians, Pakistani, Arabs, Europeans, Americans, all over the world is calling UAE home, or Dubai home, right?
yeah,
And I know that, for fact that I lived there for 10 years, they only recruit the best, they only put the best in class. They only build the best infrastructure put in place. United comes like every year for warm weather training there, like, inviting. So it's
yeah,
definitely a
that's true.
huge sports interest. And if you look at the Sheikh himself, Sheikh Mohammed, He's very passionate about horse racing, so he only buys the best horses, like, to compete all over the world. Same with his son, Sheikh Hamdan, which is kind of the chairman of the ICD, like, the investment sovereign fund that is kind of bidding for Manchester United, as we know. Um, but I also want to sort of touch base with that, the shame and the shame and blame things that comes with the human rights issue, of course. You know, um, I saw something on United People TV. There was a guy that was talking, and I was like, this is not right, because you cannot simply compare Saudi Arabia, Qatar, or Bahrain to Dubai, because Dubai set the blueprint. Everyone is following the blueprint what Dubai is doing, you know. So in order for them to buy, Manchester United is to go to Abu Dhabi to say as a bragging right, look, cousin, I know you have City, but hey, look, I bought United. Hey, it's competition. And then go over to Saudi Arabia, who has Newcastle. So it's generally like a competition, right? If you know what I mean. So the way I see it
Yeah,
is I don't know if you can concur with me, but the human rights issue is something that I call fallacy, like, because what does it mean when they say, like, slavery working and stuff? No, actually, you and me, we've been there. Of course, with building, with this infrastructure, this came up from nothing, like from desert to what they are, skyscrapers. But there, of course, there was foreign workers that came there to work, right? They got paid,
yeah,
and they picked them up from countries like Bangladesh, from Pakistan, from India, all over the place, right? But they actually got paid, you know.
yeah.
And the way you kind of you're building 24/7 shifts. So I don't understand why they call it human rights issue, because it's not slavery issue.
Let's talk. Let's talk on this because see, any country, because Dubai is a country which is still under development, and they have
Mm.
been constantly under development for the past 20 years. Because of which, when the rise of Dubai happened, there was a lot of projects which were simultaneously being done. So what they did is they gave opportunity to many laborers. Who these are the same people who came to these countries to give a better life to their families. A
Yes.
lot of them, I've spoken to a lot of them, and a lot of them are very happy as well, because I know these things have been coming into the Western media a lot. That whenever Middle East is mentioned, they always talk about the human rights. They always. There are wow, Dubai is slowly becoming home to many nationalities and many people across the world who come here in search of opportunities because it gives them everything. It has been like a support to so many families back home, like
Mm.
people from Philippines, people from Nepal, people from this, and they're
Oh
all
yeah.
very happy how and there are certain rules that I want to talk about. For example, now if you see that all these laborers, they have their own labor camp, which is like a structured building which is
Yep.
always constructed around the places they're working. So imagine there is a labor camp right next to downtown Dubai, which is in Al Quoz. So downtown Dubai is one of the most important areas of Dubai.
Mm.
They could have easily given the neighborhoods to premium communities, but they have given it to the laborers and to accommodate them, and they make sure that they are being fed and they are. And the thing about Dubai, what I love is whether you earn 100 million per sorry 100,000 a month or like 5,000 dirhams per month, you're still gonna have an air condition to sleep in, and the lifestyle, like you eat good too, and these people eat good too. There is no difference in the quality. It's just the places where you go is what differentiates a person from person.
Yeah, I mean,
But what I love about is how the laws here they protect. Like you cannot be abusive to anybody over here. You cannot
you
treat
cannot.
anybody wrong here. You cannot, if I'm being found that I'm racist or I'm abusive or I'm ill-treating a citizen or a resident here, no matter who he is, if he's a laborer or he's a watchman or he's a anybody, like he can go and report me to the cops that I'm not treating him well, and this would
Correct.
cause me because the whole concept why the world is moving towards Dubai is because of the peace, harmony, and safety, and the right culture they give to their people who are living here. And this is
Mm.
why many people like us, they call it as home, because we never felt any better anywhere else in the world except in Dubai, because of the safety, the infrastructure, and the healthcare. And if you see in 2019, the COVID-19 has been very good for us. for UAE. The way they tackled the situation, this country was only in lockdown for 3 months.
Mm.
We had a lockdown during April, and by July everything was gone. The malls were open back again. The shopping, like the cinema, was back again. Anything, all the public places were reopened, and people were like advertised to start going out. Well, while the rest of the world was still under lockdown for like long time, which caused a lot of issues, loss of jobs, and 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 this thing, and another thing that I want to say is how much UAE has supported the other countries by giving them aids, supplies whenever it is
Mm.
needed. I never saw the media talk about this. When India was lacking oxygen, UAE came forward and they offered them oxygen cylinders because of the this variant which had the effect, which needed a lot of oxygen cylinders. Then Palestine, they keep sending aids. Egypt, they keep sending aids to the Africa. They keep sending aids, but they never talk about it. The thing is, they never talk about these things. They
They
do a lot
don't.
of good, but this is never. Yeah, because
They do a lot of
this is why
humanitarian
it's
stuff
like.
and a lot of charity and donation that never gets spoken to. And I feel like, that's why I want to bring it up because it's really frustrates me because I myself could just don't lock my keys to my house and left the door open. The car was never locked. No crimes, nothing. But at the same time, like,
I mean,
wait a minute. At
I
the
mean,
same time,
people.
it is a Islamic country, it's a Muslim country, but it's kind of salam, it's open, right? They allow drinking, they
Yep.
allow alcohol, they have pubs, they accommodate for every culture, right? So I never felt they were alienated, but at the same time, I was very respectful because I felt like I was guest in the country that I had to
Yes.
respect. Mm.
Yeah, that's the whole concept that they have separated the religion and the country from it. So what they are moving towards is that they want you, if a person is religious, he's allowed to follow whatever he wants. At the same time, they're also accepting that there are left several cultures that
Mm.
they cannot just impose on. Like you cannot just tell them like, hey, this is our rules. You're not supposed to do this. You're not supposed to do that. Yes, there are rules which is common for everyone, but slowly this, like for example, UAE is now also handing over golden residences and passports
Yeah,
to many residents over here who have
yeah.
brought like a very good. Yeah. So this is the first Arabic country which was able to do it. So which
So
has
so
been like.
so so now we debunk that story, which is out of the way. For me, that's the most important thing. Second part is like, okay, if they win the bid, if they are becoming the owners, what can we expect? Like, this is what, one thing is to get the Glazers out, one thing is to get the new owners, but what's next? What do you think is the best practice? Like, what do you think is going to happen?
See, and many people don't know that, but this country also promotes sports a lot. They have been making sports facilities throughout the country. Like they promote cycling. There is a month called November month, which is dedicated for fitness, and they have like these 20 days or 27 days, which is dedicated towards fitness. And they've been promoting fitness all over the Dubai for a very long time, fitness and sports. And you can see that they have been hosting a lot of sporting events as well from across the world. They've been hosting tennis championships. They've been hosting, and now they're hosting NBA as well in Abu Dhabi.
Mm,
And then they have, yeah, so they've been hosting UFC games and they love sports. The thing is, the government and the country of these people, they love
they
sports
love
in general.
sports
So
in
this,
general.
yeah. So see, the one thing that I feel very positive about this takeover is that these people are not here for the business perspective. That's not the only goal why they will be taking over.
Mm,
Because if you talk about money, they have a lot of money. They are not here to, like, the amount they have with their assets. It's over $300 billion.
380
Why would
billion.
they? Yeah, 380. Like, let's not go specific in that way, but I'm just saying that, what I know about these people is that they have a mentality, they have a vision. The vision and the mentality is what they've achieved today in the last 20 years, which has not only set the blueprint to the rest of the world, but also to other Arabic countries who are now
Like,
following the footsteps.
yeah, true. But also look at Manchester City, which is next door, in terms of how
Yeah.
Abu Dhabi has put their vision and footprints and the way they are today. So is it fair to say to expect that we will have the similar structure, like let's say if they take over the club?
Yes, for sure. And they
Mm.
would want to beat them. They would want to be better than Man City as well.
100%.
Because the ruler of Dubai, Sheikh Mohammed, he wants to be number one or he doesn't want to do it. So
Mm,
you can expect us to get top peoples from right from the top of the club till the bottom. We're going
mm,
to have like experienced people who can deliver, because right now it's the time for us to get back to the football aspects of the club, which we have lacked for last 17 years under the Glazer ownership. As you know, the Glazers they've been using this club as a business
mm.
to fork out as much money as they can from the club. But what I truly believe is Dubai is not going to be following the same model, even though they can use the commercial value of the club to promote their own brands across the world. But they're not going to be running the club in the same way that Glazers have done, which is a
No,
very positive
no,
news for us fans.
no. So this is what we wanted to give to our fan base community at Manchester United, and it's kind of educational. Thank you for sharing that. Um, I know that for a fact that I echo what you say. It will be a total game changer in terms of how they're gonna
Yeah.
sort of put the infrastructure in place, the right structure, the right people in place, and they like to compete, as we discovered. They want to be number one. They want to be the biggest. They want to be the
Yep.
best. Even if they're gonna rebuild, refurbish Old Trafford, it's gonna be like utilizing some of Emar or some of the designs that already use, or maybe build a new stadium. We don't know. But what we care about is that we actually get the owners that really care. They treats it like its own child. You know, endless, like just to make sure that the child is well fed and well taken care of and getting the right, education, take baby steps forward. You know, at the end of the day, that's all what we care about. At the end of the day, to be loved and be taken care of, and to be communicated what's going on, like within the club. This is something that I feel we've been deprived because Glazers never communicated. And this is kind of what I feel created divide
See,
within us fan base.
like what I've been feeling for the last few years, like I was very open about my opinion, is that Glazes, they set every manager to fail at this club, right? From Sir Alex
Mm,
departure to the last managers we had. And they have been the common problem from the beginning. But slowly, a lot of people started understanding, and then this evolution started happening around the club. And a lot of fans, they were vocal, and and rightfully, what I feel is like Glazers, they just spend to only to have the commercial value. Like,
that's
they
it.
never intended, like, yeah, they were just using this club as a commercial tool. They know the size of this club and how much appeal it has got around the global world, and they were using our history towards their own benefit. And they
Mm,
never had any structure. If they were a smart owners, they could have they would have hired a proper footballing team and who could have made all the decisions, and they could have been like, and people would have been loving them. But no, this is why when Dubai was told that they might be interested, it got me really excited because I know these people how they work. I know that they will have a proper structure from A to Z, from every aspect in this club. They will have a vision which we've lacked. We've lacked vision. We were never there. We were competing only to finish fourth in champion to achieve
mm.
Champions League to generate more revenues. But that's the sad reality. A club like Manchester United should not be challenging for the fourth spot. They
I
should be
I
coming for the first.
I agree what you say there, and this is kind of how we marry what Dubai stands for and what they're doing in terms of putting businesses in place and acquiring businesses and what they will do with United as a club, and you're marrying like Eric Ten Hag's winning mentality with the owner's ambition as well. It will definitely be backed in terms of going to the market to get the best in class players. And I always say we're one or two transfer windows away to have a complete Eric Ten Hag squad.
I
You
would,
know,
yeah, I would just advise the fans that we fans have to be patient over this
100%.
because this is a very big project. Like, because anyone who walks in now, he is in a very big mess, right? From the stadium to the facilities to the people behind the business.
mm,
and the footballing aspects and everything except the manager. I would not talk about anything about manager because I've been really impressed with what Eric Ten Hag has brought into our club in the last 6 months. And I can only imagine what he can do when he gets the team he is building on.
mm,
So I would just advise people that if Dubai takes on, they have world class brands who they can bring on to redevelop the stadium into one of the finest stadiums in the world. But we have to be patient because see that's the difference now. What people don't understand is that the Arab mentality has changed from before. Before they would just go throw any money and do whatever they want, but it's not the same thing that is happening now. These people are smart now. They're
mm,
very smart businessmen. They know what like they know how to deal with such massive things. It's a very massive project, and you have to
mm.
be very careful because our fan base is very. I think our fan base cannot trust again what happened to us in the last
No,
17 years, and it's a very sensitive topic if I talk about because we've been pushed back. We've fallen so much that I never thought about this, like because I've been a Manchester United fan from 2003 as a child. I started supporting this club because of my uncle, who was a huge Manchester United fan, and because of my closeness to him, I was introduced to Manchester United, and I became
mm,
their fan. And I've seen it all. Like I've seen the glory, I've seen the worst part, but I've been like a very like passionate supporter throughout the year. Nothing has changed me. I cannot look at other clubs and feel like, oh, I should have been supporting that. So it really hurts me, and there are a lot of fans like me who feel the same way towards the club, and they're very emotional as well. And I would just say that this few weeks have been very important for our club since we've been told that we've been put on sale, and I just want us to have our owners who are visionary and who are passionate and who have this mentality that they want to conquer everything, they want to win everything, and I can guarantee you that Dubai, if they take over, they are going to be that those people because I've been living here, so I know how things work and how they've turned around. And as I earlier mentioned, my family moved to UAE 30 years ago, so we've seen it all. We've seen this country change from desert to like I don't even know how I can explain it what it is now, but it's our home, and we're in
and
for a very good.
yeah, and that kind of it's a beautiful way to stop this conversation as well because I think as Manchester United supporters and fans, this is kind of echoing what we fans want. I think the majority that will listen to this video will agree. I certainly am a person that wants to unite the fan base. That's the reason why I'm doing this as well, in a way, because there's been far much to divide and ping pong matches or flip flopping or whatever you say. Sack the manager, but never blame Glazers. Yeah, so the time is
Yeah,
here. It's positive.
because be- because like every manager since Sir Alex last days at the club, they were set up to fail. We had a squad on decline.
Mm,
Nobody can tell me that no, it wasn't. We were on decline, and what Sir Alex was able to do with those players, it was magical, and that is why he's the greatest manager of all the time.
mm,
And and when we hired, we just kept hiring managers and sacking them, and we were never be able to have a
mm,
vision or a structure to deliver like, hey, listen, we are going for Premier League, but we
mm.
were never spending. And people keeps a lot of people say that we did spend, but what I would say is like, did that spending get us to anywhere? Was that spending towards a vision? Like that was that spending
Nothing.
designed as a structure to get us something? No. The thing is, we were on a loop. We start from zero, and then we go back to we bring another manager after another manager with different styles, and when we bring in some players for him, and then we sell them out. Like it's a very big topic. If I start talking about it, can go endlessly.
No, I'm a realist, but
But I would really
I always call it
appreciate
the
you.
hamster wheel. The
Yeah,
hamster wheel. We just
yeah.
keep spinning in circles. Yeah. No,
But I
listen.
would really appreciate you for having me here.
No, I appreciate yourself. I just wanted to put it out there because I want people to sort of be educated in what we aim for, like and potentially like how a Dubai ownership can transfer United positively, like to win trophies over trophies, but also getting best in class people and structure in place, you know, I would say if this happens, we're in for a treat, people. Thank you, Said, for
And
taking your
also,
time.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Also,
and
yeah,
also, I
go ahead.
just want to say that we are a club that generates a lot of revenue on its own. So we don't even need someone to come in and invest a lot of money. We generate enough money that is enough for us to make a team, like capable team, of winning everything.
Mm,
We just need the right people. That's what I've been saying again and again.
mm.
And that's
And
how I will
now,
finish this off with you.
and yeah, and I also want to finish off that we have the right backroom staff at the moment. Like finally, we have a
Yeah.
manager that that is competitive, that wants to win. We have Mitchell, he's number two, Mitchell van de Gaag, and then we have McLaren, who was Sir Alex's number two. So this,
Yeah. Yeah.
and we see how the players are responding. So, but we fans need to just chill a bit, give the manager a chance, sit back and relax, and just enjoy the process. It might be not as many impatient fan wants it tomorrow. It's going to take at least a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of months until
I
this
mean,
happens.
Rome wasn't built in a day.
100%. I
Rome
agree with
wasn't
you.
built in a day.
Listen, it's I have about 2 minutes left of this stream, but we were
Okay.
supposed to do it on my channel, but we had some technical issues since I'm traveling. So doing a Zoom call and hope this is gonna work. But Zaid, thank you so much for coming and
Thank you.
give my love to
I really
Dubai,
appreciate it. Thank you, man. Will do.
and glory, glory, Manchester United. And you remember, it's green
Yes.
and gold
Glory,
until we
glory, glory.
sold still, right?
Yes. We didn't go until we sold. Yep.
See you, brother. Thank you so much for your
See you,
time.
man. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.